In this video, I'm going to help you break down the easiest way to really get lean and ripped effortlessly over the next few months. Summer comes in, you're not like stressed out about it. It can just kind of happen naturally, and I'll fill you in on my little secret, how I did it, and the problems that I had. So, 2015, man, 2014, I broke up with a wonderful girl, Alexa. She broke up with me. I'm sorry. She broke up with me. Of course, I was a loser. And so she broke up with me, rightfully so. Everything, she was completely right to do that. So I had dropped the ball, and, I gotten out of shape and let myself go. I was like, I'm getting committed. I'm going to get ripped. Took me a year. I was like trying to get focused and getting ripped. We used to have these pool parties up in Sacramento. Not pool parties, but boat parties out on the river in Sacramento River. And I was like, I wanted to go. My buddy had a big, one of these big catamaran boats that would go out on the big Sacramento River area on the Delta. And it was just so much fun. People would come out in summer, and it was just packed. It was so much fun. But I couldn't get lean, dude. And I was just like, I was okay in shape, but not ripped. No matter what I did, no matter how much I starved myself, no matter how much I tried, I just couldn't get in shape, visually. So I finally started the intermittent fasting, and it was hard to do, but intermittent fasting is what started the thing. And so I was like, push out the breakfast as far as I could, get it out to like 2 o'clock. Eventually I'd get it till 5 o'clock to one meal a day, but it was hard in the beginning. So once I got the hang of it, it started just all of a sudden tightening up my physique. What I realized was that by letting the body not eat during the day, it could go into stay in ketosis, and it would burn fat for energy. And it was a different sustained type of energy. So I started like training when I was fasted always. And I'd be having like PRs, training more weight, getting stronger while I'm fasted. And it's like this incredible feeling. So I started like really getting on the groove on it. And eventually, I made it my goal to like, okay, I'm not going to eat till after 5, no matter what. And that was, it's been about a year and a half. It's been over 500 days. I don't even know. I have to look back at how long it's been. It's been over 500 days for sure, where I started that routine. And I have not missed it once at all. Not cheated once. And so what I do is I just say, oh, look, 5 o'clock is my rule. That's the earliest. Normally it's 8 o'clock. And what I do is I have a little bit of lemon with a pinch of apple cider vinegar and a little pinch of baking soda during the day. All right? That will completely neutralize the hunger. In addition, in the morning, black coffee, butter, MCT oil. I'll even have like a little bit of a stevia with it, and if I'm not like too neurotic, I'll even have like a little heavy cream. No sugar though. So purists don't do that. But I mean, I'll even I'm okay with it. It doesn't seem to affect me. Right now, I'm just also doing a lot of walking, and or just at least 1 hour of walking or cardio of some kind. Walking, bike, something for an hour a day. And then I also do sprints, dude. Sprints are key. I know maybe working up to that for people, but definitely sprints or jump training like twice a week. Just jumping, like say 5 vertical jumps in the gym, like 3 to 5 sets of those. I'll do those 2 to 3 times a week as well. Or sprints, not both, just one or the other, 3 times a week. So like high intensity sprints, like 500-yard dashes, let's say 5 sets of those. 5 sets of 100-yard dashes. 5 sets of 500-yard dashes, excuse me. Usually what I'll do, or 6, 50-yard dashes sometimes, depending on how I feel. That is key, but I'm telling you, the fasting is everything. The cardio, the walking, the sprints, the weight training, that's okay. That's definitely helpful. But without the fasting, forget about it. I wouldn't be lean. But I'm telling you right now, by dialing in the fasting through the lemon juice, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little baking soda during the day, when the hunger hits, boom, I'm telling you, if you try that out, and if you're too much of a purist, skip the freaking lemon juice. Go for the apple cider vinegar. Maybe try a little baking soda. There's no calories in baking soda. It puts it in there, makes a fizz to it, put a little water in it, and it just all of a sudden, it's like a carbonation feeling in a way with the baking soda. And boom, I'm telling you, I don't even think about food for hours after that. And I will think about food at times where they are like, oh, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to eating, but I won't. Now, what am I eating? But people ask me about that. I never responded. So I'm sorry I never did, but only because like right now I'm on more of a balanced diet. Now, again, like story on eating, I freaking did the I did balanced diet where I'd eat meat and rice and veggies and even cheat. I was like 2016, 2017 going into this. Then I went strict fruit and vegetarian between 2018 and like 2023. 5 years strict vegetarian, like no meat at all. I thought meat made you old. I read a book with Andres Mort, thought it made me old. I was like, I don't want meat anymore. Stop doing it. Then I was like, okay, I'm having problems. I obviously am missing out. There's something wrong with me. And I just knew I was something wrong. I needed to make a change. So I went straight carnivore, like full on vegetarian, one day straight carnivore, like overnight. And I did carnivore for over a year. Straight carnivore. Amazing. Now, I am still eating red meat almost every day, but I'll eat chicken as well. Okay, but I'm back to the routine of like starting with fruit because I believe that I like fruit and it's a natural sugar, so I'll start with it, and by starting it with it, it doesn't mess up my digestion later. Like I'll have fruit, then I'll have cucumbers, celery. That's the only vegetables I'm eating. I'm not eating any vegetables. So I'm staying away from vegetables for the most part. I don't know, definitely don't. With the fruit, I don't eat peels. I think there's lectins in the apples, so I don't want those. I peel apples when I eat them, and I'll eat mandarins or oranges. Of course, peel them, but no lectins on the apples for sure. I mean, peel the apples. Excuse me. Then I'll have celery and then cucumber, maybe a little hummus, Greek God hummus. I made videos about how to do the badass Greek God hummus I used to make. Like that stuff is freaking amazing. It's freaking the best. Having a little hummus with like celery, like set number 2, it'll fill you up. It's definitely like a pure protein and helps to. I think it's how the Greek gods would eat. Now, but definitely after that, red meat. And honestly, for me, I like eating grass-fed ground beef. Dude, I got last year, my buddy Tony and we went in on a cow. My buddy Salam, he got a freaking, or my buddy, he had a farm. He has a farm. And so he asked me if I want to buy a cow. I was like, well, yeah, let's do it. So I knew it was a grass-fed cow. So we got the cow. My buddy Tony and I split it. And it turned out great. We got a lot of meat. Ended up getting a shitload of ground beef. And I thought, Tony was like a little disappointed. And I'm like, dude, no, I don't know. I was like, ground beef is he's like, oh, it's a lot of ground beef. I loved the ground beef personally. I thought it was awesome. Super lean off the cow, amazingly lean. And it just was easy to digest. And I mean, of course I love the steaks. I mean, the ribeyes and everything. But I mean, honestly, the ground beef is my favorite. No, I mean, I'm not going to say my favorite. I prefer it because it's just simple. And what I'll do is I have one of these things, I don't even know what you call it. Oh, a sous vide. You put the meat in the sous vide when it's frozen, let it sit for an hour or more, and it will come out at the perfect temperature. And I don't even brown it personally. I'm not fussy. So, I'll just have it at the perfect temperature and it's done. I know that you could do that and then brown it on a pan if you want to, be a little chef boyardee, but that's just not how I roll. I'm not a big taste guy. I just want it to be the right thing, and I don't really care if it's not the perfect taste. So that's the latest and greatest. The most important thing is the fasting, and the fasting you can get there through pushing out that meal through apple cider vinegar, water, sparkling water, black coffee, a little butter in there, in the black coffee in the morning, and by doing that, you will get freaking ripped for summer. Little tips on what I'm doing. That's the latest and greatest. I didn't do a light on. How's the lighting? I don't know. Hopefully it worked okay on this video. All right, if you like this, hit the ones. People like the shorts. I want to do a little bit of a longer form on what I've been up to in health and fitness because I'm definitely getting tight right now. And I'll see you at the top.